Outside of Savannah, some South Korean workers arrested during an immigration raid at the big Hyundai facility are coming back to Georgia. About 180 of the 475 people detained in September had their visas restored. Governor Brian Kemp says South Korea is moving past the raid.
We've had great communications with the president himself. I have with the White House, with Secretary Rubio's office to help really streamline the post-incident process of getting the workforce back here. That's ongoing right now. Very appreciative of their support.
The federal government cleared the records of the workers who are coming back and made changes to what they can do on their visas.